Right, so I'm just going to do an ab workout now, nice and simple. I'm doing it from basically a muscle endurance approach. I haven't done a warm-up prior to this because, quite frankly, you really don't need to. There's nothing that I'm going to be doing in this routine that will lead me to pulling any muscles or anything like that. I'm going to be doing, I'm basically going to be hanging off a bar in a dead hang, and I'm going to be raising my knees above my hips really. I'll do, probably going to start with 12 reps every minute, on the minute. So as the minute rolls over, I'll get on the bar, I'll do another 12 reps. I'll feel my way through the routine. I'm planning to do half an hour, so 30 rounds. And if I can increase the reps at some point, then I will. I might just maintain it at 12 reps a round. And as I get into the workout, I may start alternating. Some rounds I may just bring the knees up in front of me. Some of the rounds I may try and bring them to the side. Just bring the obliques in a little bit more, just for a bit of variety. But it's a very simple routine, and it's set the timer off and go. Make sure I've got some music, because I can't have any music playing out loud, otherwise I get hit with copyright infringements. So just do it on the iPod, and let's get it started. Right. So this workout is also really good just for building up some grip strength, because the accumulated time that you have hanging on the bar definitely works your grip, works your forearms. So yeah, it's not, by doing it this way, you're not just working your abs, but that is ultimately, that's what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing this as a forearm routine. It just so happens that there is some crossover into that muscle group. You may notice I'm doing the thumb over bar grip. It's gripping like that. I'm not doing a hook grip where I go around the bar. Just something I've been working on a bit recently, trying to build up that type of grip strength. So while it's not what I'm focusing on for the exercise, it is something that I can utilize the movement in order to work on other things as well. maybe questioning the colour of my top. It's a little bit purple. A mate of mine bought me this years and years ago, and it used to say sex, drugs and sausage rolls, because I do like the sausage rolls. Unfortunately, that friend of mine, he was the one that got me into training. Unfortunately, he died last year from a very rare blood disease. So I don't want to get rid of the top. Yeah, I may well be looking to do a bit of a, sponsored fundraiser. I believe it's in August, where there's a few of us, there's a few guys who are going to be doing a bit of a fundraiser, where you got to try and do 750 press-ups in an hour, and just raise a bit of money for amyloidosis. That was the disease that he died of, very suddenly as well. It was very unfortunate. He was the fittest guy I knew. Just shows it can happen to any of us. So yeah, I'm probably going to attempt that. I'll probably use my muscle endurance 4 weeks to maybe attempt doing something like that, just a bit of practice, see what I can get. I don't think it should be too difficult, hopefully, if my fitness is anywhere near where it once was, because you just break it down, how many do you need to do every minute? It's not that many. Just over 12, isn't it? 13, something like that. So yeah, I think I'll join some of the boys who are going to be doing that. See if I can raise a little bit of extra money for it. Every little helps. But yeah, just brought home how precious life really is, and that when it's your time, I guess. We never know when that's going to be, so we've just got to try and make the most every day we have. So try and stay fit. Yeah, because if you're not fit, or if you don't have good mobility and all that sort of stuff, it really makes it quite difficult to enjoy yourself. So if you're in good physical shape, then you can certainly have the ability to enjoy your life more. So yeah, that should be reason enough, I think, for all of us to try and be a better version of ourselves each and every day, if we can. So with this type of routine, it just becomes a bit more, it's like it's a cumulative effect as you go. You don't want to be doing your first set feeling like, holy crap, I've just hit a wall. You definitely don't want to do that. You want these sets to be relatively easy. Otherwise, you're never getting through 30 rounds of them. So I've done 10 rounds so far, so I think I might increase it to 14 reps. We'll see. See how we go. Yeah, with these 14 reps now, I will probably just keep it straight up, because I think it's going to start challenging me, and if nothing else, it's going to be challenging my grip. The more reps you do, the longer you're going to be hanging on that bar for. Fortunately, I've got a little bit of athletic tape on the bar here. That does help. It does help with the grip. Yeah, it's going to be challenging, I think. 14 reps. We just take it one round at a time. If you really wanted to add a bit more challenge, you know, mix it between, you know, knees to chest and drop down, do a few press ups in between as well while you're waiting around. You don't have to just be standing here. Normally what I'll do, if I'm not recording this, because I'm in my garage, my house is down that way at the end of my garden, I'll normally just between the round, I'll drop off the bar, I'll go and walk down to the end of my garden, around and back, which takes 30 seconds, thereabouts. By the time I've done that, I come back, there's 5 or 10 seconds left, get myself in position, get ready to go. But at least it keeps me moving, and it's just another way of burning some extra calories, keeping myself loose. Yeah, try and make use of the time you have. One thing that starts happening when my grip doesn't feel as secure on the bar. I start getting a bit of swinging momentum when I do these, and that's always a little bit off-putting. It's much better if I can just stay stable and just raise the knees up, go down, raise the knees up, go down, rather than raising the knees up and going down. I'll be swinging backwards and forwards. It's a bit annoying, but is what it is. Try not to waste too much mental energy on that. And the reason I do this is because this type of movement has much more of an impact on the lower two abs. Pretty much any ab exercise you do works your top four, but this one engages the bottom two. So the other ones will be working as well, but it gets those bottom two in. And I like the fact that I'm also working my grip. I'm going to try and build the forearms up. They need a bit of work. So 16 rounds down. If I carry on doing 14 reps until the end of the 30th round, that should be 400 reps in total. 120 for the first 10, 140 for the next 2 sets of 10. So 280 plus 120. Do the maths. But I can imagine it's going to start getting a bit more difficult. You can already feel that it's getting more difficult to get the knees up high. So ultimately I'm just going to have to get them to where I can get them to. I don't count no reps or anything like, oh, I didn't get up high enough, so we're not going to count that as a rep. No. This is just a get through it type of routine. Keep moving, get the heart rate up, get a sweat on. And you can do this type of routine, this approach, with like any exercise. But whatever you're doing, start light. Feel your way into it. Helps you to start to build up, I'm not sure if you can see that, build up the calluses on your hands. Makes it a lot easier when you go and lifting weights as well. It doesn't hurt your hands then on those knurled bars that you're grabbing, quite rough bars. And if you haven't got nice calloused hands like that, start working on it. It makes lifting weights a lot easier. Don't have to worry about your hands getting blistered. Not too much anyway. So that's 20 rounds down, so 260 reps done. And that's in 20 minutes. You want a nice 20-minute workout? Just do that, it's alright. It's one body part done. You want to challenge yourself? Do more reps. If you're going to find that difficult, do less reps each round. Just adapt it to your level and you're good to go. Doesn't take too much mental energy to do these workouts. They're pretty simple, but they're extremely simple. Nice. So if I'm feeling it, for the last 5 rounds, I might increase it a little bit, might do. That's the thing, you've always got the ability to add reps on, take reps off, but just get through the rounds. And if you're not starting to sweat by this point, you probably need to work a little bit harder. You know, do some more reps. So I think each of these rounds with 14 reps, it looks like I'm hanging off the bar for maybe 17 or 18 seconds each round. If you start adding all that up every round, you know, if that's 10 rounds like that, that's 3 minutes that you're hanging off a bar, it's 180 seconds. So you can end up hanging off the bar in a half-hour workout for north of 8 minutes. There's quite a lot of dead hanging to do in a short period of time. But it doesn't feel unmanageable when you break it down into those small little time frames. So my heart rate's not like super high or anything, but it's at 130. It's 130. My max heart rate technically would be 175. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but you take 220 beats a minute and you minus your age. So I'm 45, so it gives me 175 as a target max heart rate. So it's not too bad doing just an exercise like this. It's not like it's a massive muscle group or anything. See, starting to sweat, getting the sweat on, it's always a good sign. This might be the final round with 14 reps, we'll see. There's a lot of swinging on that one. Funny how that happens. Some of these, in the last, let's say, 5, 6, 7 rounds, I felt alright, I felt fairly stable. Up, down, up, down. That one felt like I was really rocking. And that then makes it more difficult. You lose a rhythm, so you end up hanging off the bar for longer. It's a bit annoying. I'm gonna try putting it up for the last 5 rounds. Let's go with 16 reps and see how we go. I might have to adjust it, who knows. It was like that last rep. It wasn't that I couldn't lift my knees up, I was swinging too much. I wanted to try and slow it down. Stop the swing, get that last rep. And so far, the grip seems to be holding up. It's not that it's easy, but it's not at that point where I feel like, right, I'm on the wall and my fingers are about to come off the bar. Because that can still happen even with athletic tape. It doesn't glue your hands up there. It just aids it a little bit. See, like these rounds, I'm hanging off the bar for north of 20 seconds each round. So, whew. Still around 130 on the heart rate, so it's always good. These little breaks, they do help you to get through a lot of reps. Just never hit the wall until maybe you're in the last couple of rounds. Really, ideally, just the last round. You don't have to, but if you're going to go to the wall, go to the limit, do it in the last round, because you'll never recover otherwise for the rest of the rounds ahead of you. Starting to find it hard to get those knees up now. Really, it's just one more round. When it says 28, that's really the 29th round I've just done. Because the first round is done when it says 0-0. So, and when 1 minute comes around, you're starting your second round. So, the round you're in is always one number ahead of the minutes. Right, this is the final round. 132 beats a minute. See what we can get here. Yeah, 25 reps. Right, I'm just going to add up what I was doing. 14 reps. I'm sure you've already calculated it, but my head is not quite there at the moment. Oh, 21 to 29. 16. I think it was 16. Oh, hang on. I've forgotten what I did. 12 rounds, 12 reps per round the first 10, 14 reps per round in the next 10. Did I do 14 reps a round up until round 25 and then change it to 16, or did I start doing 16 reps a round on the 21st round and try and get 10 rounds of that? I forget. Let's say I did 14 until round 25, which would mean 210 reps on those. And then rounds 26 to 30. Oops. Actually, rounds 26 to 29. 16 reps around. Round 30 is 25 reps. So what's that? 16 times 4 is 64. 330. Right. 394. Oh, my head has gone. 14. Is it 419? 419 reps? I think it is. I think for now that's, yeah, so if that's 419 reps if I calculated correctly. That's going on it being 12 reps per round for the first 10, 14 reps per round for the next 15 rounds, 16 reps a round for the next 4 rounds, and for the final round, the 30th round, doing 25 reps. I think that adds up to 419. So yeah, that was decent, decent workout. It's just an ab workout. I mean, these are the sort of workouts I put in on days when I don't really want to train. I cannot be bothered to get down and do like 10 minutes on the max trainer, go and do an hour weightlifting routine with, you know, 5 different exercises, 3 or 4 sets on each one, go in a failure on everything. Sometimes I still want to work out, still want to get the heart rate up, I still want to get a sweat on. I'll just throw something like this in the mix. It's a bit of a muscle endurance workout, but you're not going to be burning crazy amounts of calories, and it's certainly, I'm not doing it to strip fat off my abs, because as we know, that doesn't work. Fat loss is essentially proportionate across your whole body, and the exercises that are going to burn the most fat are going to be the most demanding exercises. So you want to be working large muscle groups in your body. Working your legs is going to burn way more fat off your body, including your abs, than doing targeted exercises for fat loss in certain areas of your body. And by that I mean doing sit-ups or doing ab work does not burn fat off your abs any more than it would burn fat off the rest of your body, because fat loss is proportionate, and it's sort of determined a little bit by genetics as well, as to where you'll gain fat and where you lose fat first and last. Obviously men typically on the belly, that's the first place we add fat, and it's the last place it will get stripped. But if you want to start stripping fat there, you want to do demanding exercises, ones that use large muscle groups, demand, you know, for a lot of blood to be pumped to those muscle groups, a lot of oxygenated blood. It gets your heart rate up, and it will burn more fat across your abs and everywhere else than doing just sit-ups or some nonsense like that, because with those sort of movements you're only working your abs. It's not a massively large muscle group. It doesn't make you seriously out of breath like going down and doing 100 bodyweight squats in a set, or loading up a bar with heavy weight and doing like a, 4 to 6 rep max, with whatever weight you can do that with, to failure, that's going to demand a huge amount on your body and on your heart. It's going to build your cardio output a lot more, and it's going to burn a lot more fat across your body. So if you want to get that 6-pack abs, you need to do efficient movements that will burn fat across your whole body. That's not what this is for. This is really just so I keep my body moving and get a sweat on, get the heart rate up a little bit. Of course it's going to have some fat burning effect. Of course it's going to tone the abs underneath whatever fat I've got on top. But ultimately, we've all got abs, all of us. But some of us just have a differing amount of fat covering the abs. So if you've got a lot of fat on top of the abs, there's no point going and doing loads of ab work. You've got abs, trust me, you've got them, they're there. But what you want to do is focus on exercises that are going to strip the fat off your body the most efficiently. So for that, you need to work big muscle groups, back, legs, that type of stuff. Anyway, that's me done for the day. But have a great week. Today, it's Tuesday the 10th of June. And yeah, that's basically how I've started off my week now. Yeah, because I had a rest day yesterday. So, but again, today I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't want to do anything demanding. So we do this, we tick off the abs, right? It's one down. We got something done. And tomorrow we can start on the, the meat and potatoes of all the workouts. Right, have a great week. Take care. I didn't think it was fair to leave you without how you look after doing the abs. So you get under half decent lighting and you just tense up. And I look alright. But if I wasn't tense, I wouldn't look like that. But it does pump up all the abs. I just need to get rid of fat down the bottom. Anyway, there you go. Take it easy.